Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about... What the hell? Oh, KIKE is back! Yo! What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Tilly Online Podcast. I am your boy Juan G, and yes, he is back.
KIKE T?
That's right, we got him back. I told you he was gonna come back. So how was it, dude? You were gone for a bit.
Yeah, me and America Chavez just, kicking it through the universe. Went to 616 A and B. Had some car trouble along the way.
Nice. All right.
We got our way back. Helped out some alternate universes with their version of Secret Invasion.
Nice.
Got to meet Nick Fury in the other universe. He has his other eyes out.
Oh,
cool.
no.
Yeah, so poor guy.
Hilarious. Okay, wow. All right, well, that was cool. I mean, we're glad to have you back. I'm sure you guys missed him. I know I did. Good to have you back. So today we're going to be talking about Secret Invasion.
Yep.
The entire series. But first, we want to let you guys know, if you don't already, we will be doing our first ever in-person live episode at Raw Comics Comic Book Shop on August 6th at 6 p.m. So make sure you guys come through. If you cannot make it, don't worry. We will be going live on IG, and we'll be putting up also the episode here on YouTube. They are located, if you guys want to come through, at 2512 West 47th Street, Chicago, Illinois 60632. So if you guys can make it there, please come through. Their website is rawcomics-chicago.myshopify.com. Also, raw-comics.square.site, and that website is where you can redeem gift cards and stuff like that online, and then they'll ship out whatever you guys purchase to you. So come through. It's
They're
gonna be fun.
having a cosplay contest, aren't they?
Yes, yeah. If you guys want to come through dressed up as something, we're going to be doing a little cosplay contest. So anybody comes through, we'll be taking pictures of you guys, and then we'll throw up a poll on our Instagram. Whoever gets the most votes will be getting a prize from Raw Comics. Yeah. So that'll be fun to see happen. Hopefully a lot of you guys come through. We're going to be diving into Secret Invasion today. Let's get started off with the question of the day. My question to you, sir, is if you were a Skrull, who would you impersonate? Someone of power, or would you just, your regular day Joe Schmo is who you would just impersonate? Or an Avenger, or you know what I mean? Like, who would you impersonate?
I don't think I'd do a person of power.
No?
I think if I was a Skrull, I'd have multiple personas I'd be able to
weave in and out of. Yeah. Okay.
Whether it's a bank teller, or or whether it's a car dealership owner of some sort, and whatever car I want. I would definitely do a lot of shifty things to be able to get either forward in life, or just have things just because of who that person that that persona is. All
right.
So yeah, I think that's what I would do.
Cool. I'd probably do, maybe not somebody big in power, but somebody, definitely gotta go somebody rich, or just somebody with a little bit of influence, just to see how they live their life and stuff like that.
So you mean like
a celebrity?
But would you take over their, like, the way they put the Sleeper Scrolls? Or
no, I wouldn't like kidnap them and take their mind.
Yes,
I would just impersonate for the day and then just somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, if find out they're going to Paris, I'll be them here. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Stuff like that. Yeah. All right, so that was question of the day. Do you have a joke of the day for me, sir? Any jokes from the multiverse you want to bring in?
I don't know. What Avenger is the most trustworthy?
I don't know.
The Credible Hulk.
Oh, there it is. Zing. I missed those jokes, guys. We missed those jokes. The Credible Hulk. Nice. Love it. All right, so that was joke of the day. Let's dive right into Secret Invasion. Gotta know. So the series, we're going to talk about every episode and the series as a whole. What do you give the series? How many stones?
5.
5 stones. Okay.
Yeah, I think I went in with a lot of questions, and I left with more questions that I didn't even know I would have. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. I think there'll be either a second part or some type of other spin-off. Maybe
a continuation of what happened.
Yeah, maybe Gaia kind of leading the show.
Okay.
I think she's an interesting character. We see how she starts and how she ends up, and she's in 2 different parts of her life, and politically where she stands, and the power she now obtained. Like, she can be a good focal point for the future.
Yeah. I think she's gonna be a key role person in the Marvel universe. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I don't know about key role. I think she'll be around and she'll be used here and there. I think before we get to Secret Invasion, or not Secret Invasion, Secret Wars, I think she'll be killed off because she's really OP. What? Well, she's extremely powerful. So that's an ally on either side that would tip the scale.
Okay.
So I think to balance things out,
you don't think she'd be put to use in Secret Wars?
I think she'll be murdered before that happens.
Yeah. All right. Well, stay tuned to see if that theory sticks. All right. Okay.
Speaking of murder, we get to see, Colby Summers kick the can. Her character of Maria
that pissed
Hill.
me off about episode 1. So let's dive right into. Well, I give it 5 stones as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry.
No, you're fine. So I give it 5 stones because I went into the series expecting something different than what the series was.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it was a bad thing. I was expecting something like a different direction for it to go in than what it went into. I was pleasantly surprised. It delved deeper into like the underbelly, like the spy world. Kind of.
Yeah, so it's classified in the genre as an action-adventure spy thriller, science fiction superhero movie.
For sure, 100%. So I didn't expect that from this series. I thought they were going to be more on the scroll side and all that stuff.
Yeah.
A pleasantly surprised, but I give it 5 stones for that. So let's dive right in. Episode 1 is...
the Resurrection.
Okay, Resurrection. So in this episode, we open up on Everett Ross going in... kind of in the alleys and stuff like that, getting to a conspiracy theorist who breaks down what he thinks is going on in the scrolls and all that stuff.
Who turns out to be right.
Turns out to be correct, yes. Yeah. I kind of felt throughout this whole 5-minute scene that wasn't Everett Ross. I had a feeling someone was just telling me that. So we find out I was correct, and it was not Everett Ross. It was a scroll impersonating him. So, and then we get Nick Fury comes down from Saber.
Yeah.
And I like what they did where he comes down and Earth, he's really feeling the effects of Earth. It's like he starts limping and his breathing is a little labored and stuff like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you're on Saber and you have the synthetic air up there, you have the area. Artificial gravity. Mm-hmm. It's clean. The gravity, you can't eliminate the zero gravity out in space completely, so there is some bounce to you. Okay. So yeah, it relieves all the joints. It's the equivalent of being in the pool, being in the water, being able to move around and work out. And probably the best workout they say that you can get is swimming, because it's a full body engagement. Same thing with artificial gravity. You kind of float a little bit, take some pressure off the joints.
Yeah. All right, so then we see that, and then the cool little fun fact is that the intro for the series was done by AI.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know.
Sure
that.
was, yeah. I thought it was pretty cool.
Speaking of AI, we do want to talk about really quick and shine a light on the actors and writers strike right now.
Yes.
We are 100% in support of them. We wish the best for them. Hope the outcome is in their favor. But yeah, we are true believers. I am in the fact that they are the backbone of the entertainment business.
Yeah.
We wouldn't get these great stories, these great lines, these great characters without them.
Correct.
And I feel like they absolutely deserve to be credited and to be shown their worth.
Yeah.
So we wish them the best of luck and hope everything works out for them. So that episode 1 was a good kickstart for the series.
Yeah.
I feel like. But I did want to say, so Nick Fury, there's 2 looks to him. We've got the classic Fury with eye patch, trench coat. Then we got Fury with the skull cap and glasses. The
full beard,
tech glasses, gray in the beard.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason for that. The 2 looks represent 2 sides of Fury. The Fury with the eye patch and the trench coat is him at his best. He's in power. he's Nick Fury, at top of his
Some would
game.
say that's Fury.
That is Fury.
And then the other one,
the
would
other
be Nick,
version,
maybe.
the other version of him is him vulnerable. So it's him after the blip. He just feels like he's not the old him.
Yeah.
He feels more vulnerable now. That's why he's showing his eye. Doesn't wear the trench coat anymore. So I thought that was pretty cool. New Rockstar shed light on that, which I didn't pick up on at first. And what's cool is the tech in his glasses, kind of like Stark's glasses.
Yeah,
Edith glasses. So they have tech in them that you can see thermal, so you can see if it's a scroll or not. And then he's got like biometric tech in it, so where you can read your heart rate and really see if like somebody's lying. He's got like pick up on audio and stuff like that. So that's a really cool part of those glasses. So yeah. There was some things in the episode I did like where when Fury goes to meet Sonya, the MI6 director or something like that, where he plants the contact like spyware on the owl's eye. I thought that was really cool. It gave me like resemblance to when Stark put that spy tech on the bridge of the helicarrier. I thought that was really, really cool. It just reminded me of that, so that was a cool little like throwback. I thought that was pretty cool. And then that funny little thing about when she finds it, she goes, that was nasty what you did. And then she takes out the eye because she's examining it, and she puts a little eye patch on the owl, and she's like, his name is Fury now. I thought that was really cute. It was really fun. Another thing, we find out the Skrulls live to be really long or really old.
Yeah.
They live to about 280 years. Is around
Earth years.
Earth years.
Yeah.
It's around the time that they live. Which can present some problems since they do live that long and they are on Earth. So that means they would, take twice as many resources and populate the Earth that much longer. So it presents a potential problem.
Yeah.
So we have that. And then I did like when we found out about that, when Talos was talking to Fury about like, midlife crisis and stuff like that. Where he's like, people usually buy a nice car or a big house or something. He goes, what did you buy? Fury's like, I got the Avengers. Yeah, sickest line. Loved it. Thought that was really fun, like, little, like, quip that he gave. Thought that was pretty cool. Anything else on episode 1 that you liked or didn't like?
I think, Gravik switching into Nick or Fury and exploiting that weakness that Maria had, that bond that they have with each other, to be able to take out Maria Hill, just shown how serious this guy was.
Yeah,
he meant business. You know, very Killmonger like just straight to the point, sending a message, saying, "Hey, I'm not fucking around."
Yeah, seriously.
Language.
So yeah, I think that was pretty cool. A hell of a way to end the first episode. Really, definitely a cliffhanger and a way to hook me into it.
Yeah. That pissed me off.
Yeah.
I was just like, what? Not okay, like I get the death of Maria Hill, like what that plays into the series.
Yeah.
Just pissed me off that it happened so early. And then it plays into what you said though, is serious stuff happening.
Yeah.
Like Gravik means business. He's not playing around.
No.
So it's just sad to see Maria Hill go. Huge fan of Colby Smulders. Thought she did a great job as Maria Hill.
Yeah.
Liked that character a lot, especially for what she did. Just always Nick Fury's right hand, just always backing him up, and played a key role in his success and his role. But yeah, you will be missed, Maria Hill, for sure. So that was episode 1. Episode 2 is
The Promise.
Promise. All right. So in this one, we see Gaia kind of spying on the Skrulls operations, on Gravik's operations, because we see that she kind of doesn't trust him and feels like he's hiding stuff from her. So she does a little digging herself. And then we see that they are working on Super Skrulls, and they have some DNA already acquired. They have Groot's DNA, Extremis Tech, Frostbeast's DNA, and Call Obsidian's hand.
Yeah.
That was severed off from Wong in Infinity War.
Correct.
So we see that. So they're working on Super Skrulls, and they already have that DNA acquired. We see Gravik appointed to general. They voted him into being general.
I mean, he kind of forced them into it, but yeah.
Yeah, he tied their hands, really. So a lot of stuff, good stuff happening, kind of setting the precedent for what the plans are in this series, and what's to come in the season.
Yeah.
So I thought there was a lot of good stuff in episode 2. Episode 3,
Betrayed.
Big episode. A lot of good stuff happens in here.
Yeah.
Gaia gets killed. From what we think, she's dead.
Yeah.
Gravik thinks that she's dead, which is the most important thing.
I think what fooled me, she reverted back to a scroll. So typically when scrolls die, they're camo that they, whatever persona they take on.
I knew she wasn't dead. I had to believe that she wasn't, just because. Well, we see her in trailers, like other scenes that we hadn't seen her in yet.
True.
Those could always be flashbacks. So that had anything to do with what I was thinking. But I thought she was already spying on the machine that turns them into Super Scrolls.
Yeah.
So I thought, she used it and gave herself the Extremis tech.
Yeah.
Turns out I was right.
Yeah.
So score 1 for me. So we see that happen. She plays possum until he leaves. I'm really glad he didn't double tap.
Yeah.
Because that would have just blown up her plans to hell. But he did not do that.
Would have ended the series.
Really, everything would have just went down. Gravik would have won 100%. So we didn't. So he leaves, and then we see later on in a different episode what happens to her. So, so we see that, and then also we see a little bit more into Fury. Fury is married.
Yeah.
And big surprise to a scroll.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
So, part that was unclear, he didn't know she was a scroll from the beginning, right?
No, he did.
He did?
Yeah, because remember in that episode when they were bringing the refugees and he establishes what he's going to do with them? He's like, you guys are going to work for me. You guys are going to take on a human form. And I will try to find you guys a home here. And she presents Gravik to her as a scroll.
Oh, you're right.
So,
I forgot about that part.
Yeah. So, he always known. And then a big thing between them was, like, she asked later on, like, I often wondered, would you have ever loved me or felt this way about me if I was in my natural form?
Yeah.
I got to believe he would have.
Yeah.
Because I think he developed those feelings from her being a scroll already. So, but we see that she has been talking to Gravik.
Yeah.
Especially while Nick was gone. And then we hear her talking to
Well, we hear that their relationship
Rhodey.
takes a weird turn after the blip.
Yes.
Know? So,
which is understandable. Yeah.
And he comes back, and then Nick has never been Nick since he got blipped away.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, as it is, no one knew he was fucking married.
Yeah.
No one knew he had a relationship with anybody. You know,
like another Hawkeye situation. Like, what?
Yeah.
You got kids,
which makes sense. Why he says, Hawkeye says that Fury kept help me keep this off the books. We kept it a secret. I'd like you guys to keep that secret too.
Meanwhile, maybe he was doing that himself. Yeah.
And who knows how long he's been married? You know what I mean?
Since the 90s, maybe.
Well, yeah, because Captain Marvel takes place in '89.
No.
Yeah, 1989.
Captain Marvel was in like 94.
No.
Yeah, dude, because they even see on the bus, you see Stan Lee reading the script for Mallrats. That was done mid-90s. Look up the timeline of Captain Marvel while he's looking that up. So we see also in this episode that Gravik gets Extremis Tech. He has it in him already. In that kick-ass scene with Talos, stabs him in the hand. He just pulls his hand out, and then you see the Extremis Tech heal his hand. So that was pretty cool, and that was just a sick scene.
Yeah.
We see Talos being a badass.
I can't find it anymore, but I read it was. I think it's in '89.
No, it was in the '90s. I'm positive about it. Just look up the timeline. Just type in Captain Marvel timeline year. Yeah, but I'm like 99.9% sure.
I swear, I just read it too.
So yeah, we see him, and then we also see that he gets the group powers at some point, and we see him use that in the trailer.
So how does he? How do they get blood from Groot? What did they find?
I don't think maybe it's not necessarily blood. It's just one of his limbs or pieces of him.
You think so? Maybe.
Yeah, they had to have gotten it at some point.
Okay, I guess.
You know what I mean? Just suspend disbelief on that one. So that was episode 3, a good episode. Episode 4, which is You have it there. What's the episode for?
Beloved.
Beloved. Great episode, too. I think every episode pretty good stuff in each one. They did a really good job of storytelling throughout each episode. I didn't really feel like there was any lulls in the episodes.
Yeah.
So in this one,
every episode, even when it started to have like a down, like boom, something happened. An action scene in in Nick and Priscilla's house, or I don't know. Yeah, it's just there's always something happening, some type of fight. It was as true as a spy movie as it could be, or a spy show.
Yeah, the action throughout was pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean the finale was dope.
Pretty consistent. Yeah, we'll get to that. So episode 4 in Beloved, we see Gravik use the group powers.
Yeah.
And then we
puts a hole through someone's chest, which is crazy.
And then we see the attack on the president.
Yeah.
Which is a crazy action sequence. Really good stuff happens in that. And then unfortunately Talos dies. Gravik kills him dead. What I liked about that scene was we see Talos injured, but yeah, he's still trying to rescue the president. And he's like halfway scroll, and he's just beating down that window, trying to get him out.
Yeah,
and that made me kind of think that scrolls are like a Mystique in a way, where they're at their fullest potential and they're most powerful when they're their natural form.
Yeah.
So I feel like he was getting some of his strength back, but he was also wounded. So, but that was a really good scene. And then they get the president out. Fury gets the president to safety, but in doing that, Talos is left vulnerable. Gravik kills him.
Yeah.
Really harsh
and
blow.
Cutthroat, like.
Yeah.
Nick knew he had to get the president out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who? I don't know. I think of all the most. Rhodey was super hella sus. Just the way he was acting.
Yeah.
Do you think that President Ritson is a Skrull?
No, hell no. Not even close.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I just feel like there's more to the story.
Well, if he was a Skrull, he wouldn't have ordered, or he wouldn't have said that we're coming after you and made that whole order about going after Skrulls and stuff like that.
But another faction of the other people that we see.
I just don't see it. I don't see it happening.
So what?
Because then Gravik and Raya wouldn't have been trying to go after him. He's American, true.
Right.
I think he's a person.
We'll get there. I'll explain why when we talk about 6 about home.
So so then we see Rhodey trying to get to him, and he's really close to the president, so he's able to get access to him. So episode 5 is
Harvest, which is cool. We see that Nick Fury has multiple stash houses in graveyards of his own tombstone everywhere.
Very smart. Yeah.
And you're right. Like, who the heck would go to? Like, no one just hangs out there. Unless you're trying to summon demons. It's never
populated. Yeah, right. It's never populated. It's never busy.
Yeah.
We hope to God it's not. And then it's like very secluded, very private. He can, he's got weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And apparently change of outfits.
Yeah.
Eye patches.
Which is dope. I mean,
that's great, but why the hell would he have one specific for the eye patch, one for the club? It all fit in one, dude. You're just wasting space.
Yeah, but it gave me I
just thought that was funny.
Well, no, because that whole thing had to be occupied, because he didn't take dead bodies out and then put his gear in there.
And
you know what I mean?
Also don't want to share it with dead bodies.
Other dead bodies,
you want the whole crypt to yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that's why he did it that way.
I know it's funny. Whole thing opens up, eye patch.
Yeah.
Whole thing opens up,
a gun.
Yeah, a gun, and then another trench coat.
Yeah.
It's just I
thought it was dope. I think it's pretty cool.
Having each drawer just underwear, another drawer socks, another drawer shirt. It'd be just funny.
Because even at the end of what's that movie called? Winter Soldier. They're looking at his graveyard there.
So his tombstone
in DC. Is it DC?
I believe it is.
Yeah. And I'm sure that has to be a stash of some sort.
Probably. Or maybe that's just there to say that that's his gravesite.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Which is weird, because all these graveyards that have his tombstone, why didn't they be well, he's clearly alive. Why do we have a tombstone of him in all these multiple places? Why has no one ever questioned it?
Oh, yeah, right. Because they have footage of him in Russia and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe they don't know about those tombstones.
True. I guess you're right.
I don't know. There's a lot of questions. So we find out episode 5 Harvest that they do have a vial of Avengers blood in DNA. So in the battle for Earth, which is what they call the battle at the end of Endgame, Skrulls, Nick Fury sent in Skrulls, I guess, for like cleanup, and they acquired a bunch of DNA because a massive amount of blood was spilled from everyone in that battle. So they got a bunch of DNA from the Avengers and people on Thanos' side. They even have Thanos' blood. I mean, you have a list, right, of who was all the DNA that was gathered?
Yeah, so
why don't you read that
that's
off?
a lot.
Yeah.
So some of the main ones that we see, let me see. Where are you? Grabbing it. All right, so the harvest contains Captain America's blood, Thor's son, the Thor Odin's son's blood, the Hulk, Winter Soldier, Captain Marvel, Gamora, Drax, Groot, Valkyrie, Korg, Abomination.
Abomination. He wasn't there. Mm-hmm. Oh, but they just have his blood.
No, but it shows up on the side. So not in the main.
Some of the blood that they acquired. Okay.
Yes, but imagine from whatever they did during the She-Hulk series.
So this isn't just the blood that they gathered at the Battle for Earth. It was just all the blood that was gathered in total.
Correct.
Into this file.
And it shows Thanos. It shows people from the Black Order. Mm-hmm. So Cold Obsidian, Proxima Midnight, Ebony Maw. Who else?
It's weird that Spider-Man's blood's not there. His is vital blood, I would imagine.
Yes, but I think because of the copyrights with Sony, maybe they couldn't.
It was copyright reasons.
Yeah, so I would imagine in real life, the real reason for it.
Spider-Man's blood is in there.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's funny.
But again, I guess he does. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I guess you're right.
He bled a lot.
Yeah. But they don't have Ant-Man's information or like. Imagine if they got a hold of Pimtech.
Oh no, she uses Ghost. Oh, so let's get into episode 6.
Yeah.
So episode 6 is
Home, where all of these powers kind of come to play, and which was a weird thing, is because I told you that we were talking about it earlier, that Black Panther's on the left side of the screen. There's the big screen where it shows all the names, and on the left it has just like this list,
whole list of
everything in there. And I wonder how they got Chadwick's
Black Panther. I would imagine at Battle for Earth.
But with his vibranium suit, he didn't bleed. He's not being penetrated of some sort. Like he didn't get stabbed, and he's not gonna bleed through the suit.
That's a good point.
It's vibranium.
Or maybe it's not his blood, and maybe it's Shuri's blood.
It says Black Panther.
She is Black Panther, man. Like,
true.
It could be hers. We don't know whose Black Panther blood it is.
Yeah, it could be.
She bled in that fight with Namor.
So maybe that
could be hers. I don't know.
But I don't know, but it's tricky.
They just got it. It's at some point. I mean, it may not have been from a battle. They may have just infiltrated Wakanda and took a sample of the blood from there. It could have been some... They got it some way.
You think it could be Killmongers? They buried him.
It could be Killmongers. He was Black Panther.
Yeah, he had the power of Black Panther. You know what I mean?
So...
We don't previous know. One?
We don't know. We don't know.
Because, the only reason I bring it up is because Everett Ross, last time we know, he was saved by Okoye and taken to...
In the prison transport,
and taken to... Well, I would imagine taken to Wakanda.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
So, how did they get his body to make him a sleeper soul?
That's what I was going to get into. Yeah, that's the only question I have that's not answered. So...
Oh, Rhodey, too, but...
Yeah, so... I knew... So we see the harvest. Nick Fury takes it to Gravik.
Yeah.
As a way to barter him leaving Earth with the Skrulls. Like, to go annihilate some other civilization, he says, and just leave Earth alone. So then they go to this whole speech and stuff, and we get a lot of, like, good bits from that. We find out Gravik used this person's face, and that's the first person he ever killed for Fury. He really made that known as like, for Fury, I killed him for you, at your orders. So we understand why he's using that face. But then he turns on the machine with the Harvest DNA after he verifies it, and they get Super Skrull. They get all that DNA to use. But then we see in that fight, he goes to hit Fury. Fury catches his arm.
Yeah,
and then we see it's Gaia, which I knew it the whole time. Which, I mean, Oscar goes to her because she was really playing that role of like radiation affecting her, and she really made us believe
her
she was
spilling the iodine pills to try to keep the radiation. Yeah,
she was really playing it up, man, and I mean, brilliant from her to do that because she really had Gravik believing that was the real Fury. And you gotta think that they sat down and he's like, "Listen, Gravik is gonna tell you this. You need to say this," because she was answering stuff that made a lot of sense. To his questions. So then we see that, and then that battle between Gaia and Gravik was just awesome. We see them using a lot of the DNA, a lot of the powers. Some of the ones I saw being used were the Extremis tech, Krog, Mantis, Captain Marvel, obviously, Maul, Cull Obsidian, Frost Giants, Drax, Groot, Ghost,
Abomination.
I saw Hulk and Thanos. I didn't see Abomination, but Hulk and Thanos are two that I saw.
When he gets thrown back, he has Thanos' arm, and the other arm is Abomination because his ear turns into.
Oh, is that right? I didn't see that. The only thing I did notice was when he turned into Ebony Maul, he had Maul's rings on his finger.
Oh, I didn't notice that. That's cool.
Yeah, when he's doing that, I was like, oh, look.
And he puts a smirk on too, the way Maul does, you know.
Yeah, dude.
And then he calls it up.
Yeah. So we saw like. What Super Skrulls are capable of, and they're powerful.
And it's interesting to see how they fight. So Ebony Maul
in between powers are using two at once. That was pretty sick. Yeah,
but for them to do that, like you can see, it's pure power for Gravik. He just power and just I'm gonna whoop your ass. And Ebony Maul is the more stronger telepath, and he
uses that.
Yeah, he could have easily used Doctor Strange, but instead of using Aldrich's powers, he did. Ebony Maul's version of it.
Yeah.
And Gaia to be able to switch from into Ghost to phase through it, and then to, like you said, use Mantis to put him to sleep. She was more of
strategic.
Yeah, very strategic. Whereas his is brute force.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for the more powerful punch first.
I'm gonna hurt you.
Yeah. And
she's like, ultimately, I'm just gonna take you down. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm gonna take you down.
Yeah. Ultimately, that's how she won. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool to see how.
Like I said, great fight scene, great battle between those two for sure. So some of the things you touched in on was Everett Ross was taken the whole time. That's my question. Is I don't know when the hell he could have been taken, because if they took him to Wakanda, maybe from Wakanda, they infiltrated Wakanda and got him out somewhere, somehow from there. But so a big conversation we were having was, when was Rhodey taken? I believe he was taken after the injury of Civil War, because you see him in the hospital gown. Yeah. So I think he was from there, but you think that it's later on because of what happens in Endgame. I can't
pinpoint when.
Right.
But I just don't see that Skrull being able to sell Tony's death that much. And if he doesn't know that Tony's first off, Oscar to that guy, to her actually, it's a girl that takes over. So that's, I mean.
Because we don't think he knows that Tony's dead.
Yeah.
He doesn't know the blip happened.
If that's the case, he's been gone for that long. He's been in that freaking... Yeah. Do they feed them? Like, how do they survive?
They're hooked up, so you got to imagine that they're being replenished somehow.
How?
Weren't they hooked up to, like, cords, too, while they were in there?
No, it was just the
neurologic... I think they were.
And then they had the strap holding them in. Because all they did was she touched the thing and then disconnected their consciousness.
And then she unbuckled them.
And that's it.
Suspend disbelief on that. Maybe they came by and were like... So, but yeah, they were replenished somehow. They were fed somehow.
But that's crazy. It's just,
somehow.
To be
that long.
Yeah.
Because Civil War in this timeline happened a long time ago.
Yeah. This is the first time we got to see Black Panther and Spider-Man. Yeah. He would have not known... Oh, no. I guess he had met T'Challa already at that point.
Mm-hmm.
He might not know Spider-Man's identity, which technically no one knows anymore because whatever. But he doesn't know the blip happened. He doesn't know Natasha's dead. He doesn't know that.
He doesn't know a lot of shit. That happened. That's what I'm saying. I think it's Civil War.
So when he's sense. Like, can we just go back in time and just Thanos? Like that was the Skrull. What the heck?
Makes a lot of sense. So there's certain things that happen that Rhodey does that we're like, that's kind of off
in the
Rhodey.
series. Yeah, in the series.
In the series, but if you go back further, like that, you think? I mean, I could see Rhodey saying that.
Yeah, Rhodey.
But like, there's certain. If I don't know, I guess we have to nitpick. But if you go back, you can kind of catch parts where it's like, that doesn't really seem like Rhodey.
I mean, it seemed like
or is
Rhodey
it just a series
all along. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's when we really start to notice it. But yeah,
like because even when Stan Lee's like, I got a package for Tony Stank. He's like, thanks for that one. Tony Stank. That's him. Like, that's Rhodey.
It could have. All right. So, but see, that's what I'm saying. After the injury or when the injury happened, he could have been at one of his checkup visits and in the gown, and then they took him from that.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? It had to have happened around the events of Civil War. It's the only part that makes sense to me.
It does. It makes sense. I'm just in denial that that's the case because it's just
it's a long time, dude.
Such a long time
to be Rhodey.
And it just begs the question: who the hell else is Skrull?
Yeah, dude.
We see at the end of Home that they're Sonya and Gaia kind of form a relationship, and she's like, "Look, I'm gonna use you. You're gonna use me. We're gonna do things for the better.
Benefit both of us, make this place
exactly.
better." Yeah.
And it's not about her manipulating Gaia to do what she wants. Like they're gonna take advantage of each other's abilities and resources, and then figure out the future of their race. And then they see this basement of just full of fucking people.
A lot,
and it's just open and it goes.
There's a lot of people in there.
So all of those people are under just how they were at Gravik's compound. And
I feel like Gravik just had the more higher or the more vital people there, because he needed that. That was his way to like clean it up, was to bomb that.
Yeah.
So he wanted those vital people. Gone. So. I don't know, man. It was just a great series. Yeah. All in all.
I hope it's not done.
You think it's still going to come back in some way before that?
Yeah, I did read just now that it's the first and only season of Secret Invasion. So I guess my theory is that they might not do another season of it, but I think the Skrulls are far from being gone.
I'm seeing a lot of these Disney Plus, the Marvel shows. I'm looking at a lot of them are one-offs.
Yeah.
With the exception of Loki, we know it's season 2.
Yeah.
But he's such a popular character, so
and it was such a great series, arguably.
And he plays into the multiverse more.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Minds can be changed.
Yeah.
They might go a different direction.
So we got Thunderbolts coming up. So we know President Ritson is either going to get pulled from power or die, because Thaddeus Ross, Thunderbolt Ross, is going to be president.
Oh, president, you're right. Maybe just his term is up. He doesn't get reelected. Because Fury did say that's one-term president shit that you just did. That message that he put at the end. Fury's like, that's one-term president stuff. So maybe he just finishes his term, that he doesn't get reelected. And Thaddeus Ross comes in and is like...
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So we'll see how that plays out. But I think that's what's going to happen. He just doesn't get reelected. Because maybe what happens at the end was all those like people just attacking Skrulls and killing people of power and regular human people.
Yeah.
Maybe that just backfires on him, and that's why he doesn't get reelected.
Maybe.
So that's one way you can go.
I mean, the way he addressed them, and he was so nonchalant and sit back, and he wasn't
pissed.
He seemed pissed, but like, I don't know. I just think he might be a Skrull. I really do think he might be.
I don't see it.
Of another faction of some sort. One of the other sleepers that was against Gravik's cause, or similar to his cause, but just his own version. They want to do their own way.
But don't you think Gravik would have known that though?
No.
You don't think so? I don't know. I just don't see that playing out. That him being a
Skrull.
A Skrull. Yeah. Because we saw him bleeding and all that, but we talked about that. There's probably a way for them to disguise the blood.
I think
while they're still alive.
True.
It might be just dead, because we've only ever seen when they died that their blood was purple.
True.
But didn't Talos at one point get hurt and he was bleeding red?
No.
As the human form of him? No?
I don't think so, no. I don't remember, to be honest.
I thought in Captain America, or Captain Marvel, we saw that. I don't know. We shall see. I think there's a way to disguise it while they're living. When they're dead is when it reverts back and they don't have control over disguising that blood.
I guess my question is, maybe not my question. So I have a theory. So we see this machine that creates this power that's able to give it to them, and then we know that Thunderbolt Ross is going to be recasted. You know,
because the actor who did it passed away. Yes, rest in peace.
But we know that he had like a triple heart bypass surgery.
Oh yeah,
and that he, I think maybe if he becomes Red Hulk, that machine that gave him power could be how he got the Red Hulk, and which is how he is not dying anymore. You know what I mean?
Or having health issues, yeah.
So maybe that can be a way that he becomes the Hulk instead of infused with the blood in the old traditional way. That machine gets
turns him into Hulk. Yeah,
yeah. Maybe. So that could be an option. Where do you see scrolls popping up? The fastest way. What's the word I'm looking for?
I feel like they're going to I feel a good place to put them in would probably be Brave New World. Next Captain, the Sam Wilson Captain America movie. I feel like that'd be a easy place to put them in. I don't know, I just feel like they would fit there more, especially if Sharon Carter turns out to be a Skrull the whole time.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't even see her.
I know. I think she's the one person where I'm like, I think it'd be good to have her be a Skrull, or I think she's a Skrull.
Yep.
Especially with, you see just a total different way of her being.
Yeah.
Well, I hardly doubt that little like betrayal of America to her would really turn her like that. Could be, but
I mean, yes and no. But because she's a human, she's not a superpower. Yeah, we saw the government turn on Cap, but it's Captain America. You know, the guy's morals are different. He's a peak human strength, and he can do good for himself. Yeah. Versus Sharon Carter, she's a badass, but she's just a human being at the end of the day.
She's just a spy. Yeah.
Yeah, she's not. You know, even Black Widow has been altered through the Red Room, and she has enhanced agility and enhanced she's not super powered, but she has enhanced like endurance
aspects of her.
Yeah, so she's been trained like this since a child.
Yeah.
Versus Sharon Carter, I doubt she was trained like that from a child.
Right, like teenage years.
Yeah.
She said Peggy Carter bought her first gun holster, so like we know it's a family business.
Yeah.
She's been in it. She's been involved in it her whole life, but maybe not trained. So
and it doesn't make her super nonetheless.
That makes sense why Black Widow like kept up with Cap and the other Avengers doing what she did, because she was on the ground fighting most of it.
Yeah, and that's why they showed Hawkeye and loses hearing and deteriorate, and her not.
Yeah, because she was doing as much as Hawkeye, if not more. So all right, that's cool. That's
because in the comics she has all the Black Widows have a version of a super soldier syndrome, but it's not like peak human strength.
It's their version, or at least just aspects of it.
It's the agility. It's the not getting fatigued. That's fast. Being able to just punch.
They know they don't heal like Cap does, because Yelena was like, I doubt Thor doesn't have to take an ibuprofen after the fight.
Yeah, exactly.
So all right, that's cool. I like that. But yeah, I think Sharon Carter being a Skrull would be a nice touch.
So who are your top 3 people that are Skrulls right now? That are still Skrulls?
Sharon Carter, number 1.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Val, Madam Hydra.
Do you think she could be a Skrull?
I think she could be a Skrull.
I can see that.
I don't have a third. Not that I could think of.
That's dope.
Yeah, nothing.
Do you think we'll see them in Thunderbolts?
Skrulls? Possibly. I think they would fit just fine there. That's the thing about Skrulls, man. I think they could fit in anything.
True.
Because they could be anyone.
Because the Skrull did take over the Dark Avengers, and they took over Osborn's, Harry Osborn? Or not Harry, Norman Osborn. They took over Norman Osborn, and remember he used to wear the Patriot armor in the Dark Avengers? So he was wearing that armor.
Okay.
Now they did establish that there isn't an Oscorp in our world,
There isn't, yeah.
But doesn't mean there isn't an Osborn.
Very true.
Yeah. So it could be called something else, and I think in the future we can see them. I mean, wherever we've already seen a Skrull in a Spider-Man movie already, so they could be anywhere.
That's what I'm saying. I think they fit anywhere, but there's certain stories where it makes more sense than anything.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I mean, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Unless you have any more things on the series to talk about.
No, I just...
Great series.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where... I want to see more Skrulls. I don't want Skrulls to just be a one-off show.
I don't think they will be.
I hope not.
Especially with Gaia.
Yeah. And we were talking about it earlier. We think, you said we would see Gaia again probably in
Secret Wars.
Secret Wars. I think she'll get killed off before then. She's just too OP to have everyone's powers. And I think she can, if with the introduction of mutants and stuff like that, she could potentially get more powers.
Cool. I don't see that, man. I don't think that's her goal. I think she only did that to defeat Gravik.
Yeah, true. Okay,
so
okay.
I don't see that happening.
But I think she's too OP to not have her in Secret Wars, where she'd tip the scales on either side.
True.
Too much, the good or bad.
Yeah.
I hope they give her her own show. I think she's a strong enough character.
I would much rather see her than Echo, because from what I'm hearing, even Feige said Echo's so bad it can't even be released.
Yeah, I heard
that's how bad it is. So I don't understand why Echo got her own show. Anyway, she's a side character for me. I feel like she would just make more sense just in the Hawkeye show or in fucking Daredevil show or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't see her having her own show. I don't get it. There's plenty of other shows I'd rather see have their own spotlight.
I mean, shit. She was the mother dragon, so she'll be all right.
Yeah, right. She'll be all right. Yeah, so that is it for today. Some things we got coming up. I think our next big thing, we got the live episode, of course. And then
in 2 weeks.
Yes.
A week and a half.
We got that coming up. And then Blue Beetle is the next big thing. So pumped for that. I can't even tell you. We got that coming out. And then a bunch of other stuff.
TMNT.
TMNT, yeah, the new Ninja Turtles looks fun. Definitely looks like something for the kids. Got a bunch of good people in that one.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Ice Cube, Seth Rogen,
Ice
Jackie
Cube
Chan.
The Fly. So we got a bunch of good stuff coming for you guys. KIKE is back, and he is here to stay. He will not get trapped again. He will not get trapped again.
I wasn't going anywhere.
No, I know, but you were gone like in another multiverse, man.
I had work to do.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I have to pay. We can't pay rent all the time, so this helped us out being in the Avengers facility. So,
that is true.
But yeah, guys, thanks for being so welcoming and helping us out. Look forward to you guys participating us at the on-site filming.
Yeah.
Bring the kids, have fun, interact with us. It'll be a fun time.
We're gonna do like pop quizzes there, give away some bunch of stuff there. So please, guys, if you can't come through, show support for us. We would greatly appreciate it. But that's gonna do it for us today. And KIKE, no matter what multiverse you're in, sir, I am with you.
To the end of the line.
Thanks, guys.